back with the last 3 maps of the Journey of the Misplaced Odyssey. So, moving on to Shoots. Shoots isn't that difficult of a map, and I'm pretty sure we're only going to 60 on it, aren't we? I'm pretty sure that's what it said. Yeah, we're only going to 60, so it's not too difficult. And we've got ourselves Oben and our free dart monkey. Ooh. Our free dart monkey to help us out here. So let's get started. I'm a little bit worried about the last 2 maps, Dark Castle and... oh, what was the other one? Dark Castle and what was it? Geared. Yeah, I'm definitely not looking forward to Geared out of all the maps. Gotta admit, it's one of my least favorites, and I'm pretty terrible at it as well, so we'll have to see how that goes. Alright. So for this map I'm thinking Dartling Gunners will be pretty handy. Especially around here and here, just to get straight down that line on both sides. I think that'd be pretty good. Other than that, we're gonna go for our wizard as usual. Okay, let a couple through. It's not the worst thing in the world. How much are these to remove? Oh, 350 each. Hell yeah. I thought they were a lot more expensive than that. My bad. Alright. So this just got quite a bit easier. Admittedly, we still need to defend without any other extra help until we can afford the wizard, but it's just a lot easier once you open up the map. There we go. So now we can put our wizard down. I think on this map we'll need a sniper. Our sniper. So luckily this isn't Extreme Mode Odyssey. So we can place as many of them as we want over the course of the 5 maps. Sadly, we're limited to only having 1. Which is a little annoying, because they work quite well together in, like, packs. But it's fine too. Let's see here. We need to get monkey sense, because Oben's got leads, so we need camo detection. Once we get a decent enough wizard, we can get that with our dart monkey as well. Okay, so we're starting off quite fine. Not too difficult so far. Get that monkey sense, much better. And then Arcane Blast will be up next. And then we can start upgrading our dart monkey, which will be brilliant. So how are you guys going with this map? It's been a day. Have you beaten all of the maps? Are you waiting for this video to find out how the hell to do Geared and Dark Castle? Or are you just chilling and watching YouTube videos and not actually playing BTD6? Because I know I've done that for a while. Admittedly, it was when BTD6 recently came out. But like, I just watched all the pros do it and I was like, damn, that's crazy. And now I'm trying my best to be one of the pros and it's like, yikes. But we're not doing too bad. We need to get this Arcane Mastery up sometime soon though, because that's going to help us out a lot. Actually, when do the first purples come? That could be an issue for us. Okay, I'll have to keep that in mind. I don't know when the first purples come, but I need to make sure I'm ready when they do, because this guy being back here is going to make it a lot harder to pop them all. So when the first purples come, we might need to back out and potentially buy a Dartling Gunner instead of purchasing Arcane Mastery. Simply because neither of these two can hit purples, and relying on the 000 Dart Monkey to pop purples is just terrible, because he pops them like midway through the X, which doesn't give these two enough time to clean up the rest. Alright, get Arcane Mastery. Should help out a little bit. More with this side than the other, but that's okay too. Buff this guy's range, just so that he's a bit more helpful if purples do show up earlier than expected. And definitely remember to spamming Oben's ability. Can't forget that. Alright. I tried a speedrun for the first time in my life last night. It was quite fun. It took a long time because I wasn't thinking too much about it, and I hadn't, like, prepped by watching any videos about it or whatever. So, it was quite fun, I'm not gonna lie. I got like an hour and 45 minutes when the fastest time was like an hour and 12. So I've still got to shave like 30 minutes of time. But overall, not bad for my first try. And admittedly, I hadn't played that game in years, so realistically, I didn't do the worst at all. Well, I mean, according to the leaderboards, I did the worst because nobody had a worse time than me. But that's not the point. I did quite well, in my own opinion, and I plan on beating my best time sometime soon. I don't know when that'll be, and I don't know if you guys even want to see my speedruns. I've been trying to speedrun Little Inferno, if you guys have heard of that. If you haven't heard of it, and you're interested, I could post like a casual playthrough for you guys, instead of trying to rush through it in an hour and 45 minutes. But if you guys just, like, or if you guys want to see the speedrun only, then I can upload that too. And I can try and do one live, potentially, at some point. That's kind of the whole reason why I wanted to look into doing some live stuff, just to give it an attempt or two or three. Honestly, I've never tried going live before, so it's all a bit new to me, and I'm still trying to work out some of the things. So do give me some time with that, and I'll get it working at some point. Alright, so an important thing to know about this map is what round comes from where. And what I mean by that is, it's currently around 33, now 34. 34 is coming from this side, which means all even numbered rounds will be coming from the right side, and all odd numbered rounds would be coming from the left side. So for example, round 40, the first Moab, will come from here. Round 63 will come from here. Round 60 will come from here. Round 59 will come from here. 78 from here. What other rounds are difficult? 80 also from here. So you just need to keep that in the back of your mind, because that is quite vital if you can remember those details. It'll help you out quite a lot. Okay, so the first mob's coming from the right side, so we should really be buffing this guy. A little bit more, maybe. I honestly don't know if we have enough popping power to pop a mob at this point. That's a little bit worrying. Oh, we haven't placed our alchemist. Maybe that's why. Yeah, we want him just to buff the, just the wizard. Just the wizard on his own there. He should be able to pop leads now too, which is pretty good. You don't need to get the Arcane Spike to actually pop leads if you've got an Alchemist on your team. We'll also put the Alchemist on strong, just so he takes down like a layer or so of the big guys if he happens to get a time to attack. Okay, so not bad in terms of damage. We managed to deal with those ceramics fairly easily. I'm just worried about the next round. If we can beat the next round, we should be good. And I think if we need to, we can unlock our Dartling guns to do it. Alright, let's just slow it down. Okay, we got it covered. We're all good. Okay, so now I'm going to try and aim for Crossbowmaster. It's going to be a bit difficult because of dividing up the damage between the two sides of the map. So I'll see you guys when I can get Crossbowmaster, or if I change my mind and swap to something else. Oh right, yeah. We're only going to round 60, aren't we? Yeah, okay, we'll just get this then. That should be able to hold us off. Because I was going to say, if we're not versing 63, then we should be fine against most things. If we're only going to 60, we don't even have to care all that much about getting a 5th tier. So we'll just upgrade these guys, get them to focus firing and laser shock, just to make them more accurate, guarantee they're hitting down the right path, and deal a little bit of extra damage with the laser shock. And this should be perfectly fine. Until 60, so I'll see you guys at 60. Alright, we did get ourselves some Hydra rocket pods the second we could afford it, so I just bought them for both of them, and we're literally just chilling. This is the last round, we've got it covered. I suppose we can unlock you, because you're not going to be aiming at the right spot. There we go. Now, on to Dark Castle. Okay guys, not gonna lie, I have already beaten the Odyssey, but it turns out my recording did not start on map 4, the Dark Castle, so I managed to get through it. It was extremely painful, but I managed to get through it, and then I found out that I wasn't recording, and then I swore quite a while, and then I played a game of Spider Solitaire, had some cereal, and now I'm back, and I've recreated the Odyssey challenge in the challenge editor, or the challenge creator. So if you have a look, starting with 750 cash like normal, hard standard, round 3 to 80. These are the exact towers that I've chosen for the Odyssey, or the towers I had chosen for the Odyssey. and everything else remains the same as far as I can tell. We've turned off powers just because we didn't have any set anyway, just to make sure you guys know I'm not tricking you in any way, shape or form. But luckily, although I did lose a bunch of footage for this map, I did in fact still go on to record Geared, the last map. So even though technically in this reality of editing I have not turned on auto start, as you will see that happened because of Geared, but in this reality I've already completed the Odyssey and I'm just doing this map again, but in actual fact the footage for the first map, or the footage for this map was not existing in this world, so we had to look elsewhere, and here we are. So there's the explanation for why I'm in the challenge editor, and I'm not trying to trick you guys into making you think that, oh, this is an easier version, but no, we're still going from 3 to 80. And then Geared will be up next, but that will be me from the past, which is kind of spooky, but that's the magical powers of editing, which is amazing. So there you go. Geared shouldn't be too difficult. Well, I say that like I haven't already done it, but Geared wasn't all that difficult, but you guys will see that there were a couple hiccups, not gonna lie, so stay tuned for that. It is by far more difficult than this map. I'm saying that right now. Bloody whatchamacallit, Geared is 10 times worse than Dark Castle. I'll tell you that right now. Even though Dark Castle we're going to 80, it is such a smooth ride once we get the Crossbowmaster. I know because I did it essentially, and then found out I wasn't recording, thus the swearing, then the serial, and then now. So we're all good. This map is honestly just like, once you get the Crossbowmaster, you are set. You don't have to do anything else. You're pretty much finished, and you're done, you're good. You don't need to do anything else. But we do go for a Sniper Monkey next, which is an interesting choice on my part, but it seemed to work out quite well for me. We got it up to a 203, I believe, and then once we beat round 40 with that, plus these guys, we kind of had time to chill and focus on upgrading our good stuff. Alright, so we've got camos covered with him. Oben's got leads covered for now. This guy can also pop leads, which is good. Always spam your Oben ability. I can't stress that enough. Especially on Geared. Oh god, on Geared, spam your Oben ability. Like, getting through Geared was probably the most painful part of this Odyssey. Not gonna lie. Like, holy crap. Geared was insane, but we managed to get through it. A very big help was the towers that could target pretty much the entire map. Anyway, I talk about it during the video. I say that like the next part doesn't have commentary or something, but it does. We're all good. It's just, I have the knowledge with me now. But yes, through the magical powers of editing, everything may seem seamless, but I didn't want to make it look seamless, just because if you guys, I don't know, caught a glimpse of the challenge editor, or I paused the game and this isn't right, this doesn't show up as the correct rules for the Odyssey, then I didn't want you guys to be like, oh, he's faking it, something's easier. But no, everything's all the same. It's just, I was a bit of a dumb and I didn't hit start recording, apparently. I could have sworn I did, but apparently not. So here we are. Alright, so now that we've got Arcane Mastery, our wizard should be able to see a lot more and do a lot more damage in terms of destroying the balloons. The only weak part about our defense at the moment is the bottom path, which is what we have to watch out for in the future, because the bottom path is a lot harder to protect than the other paths, just because this dart monkey is literally on his own for the moment. Don't get me wrong, we're not going to let him stay on his own, but just for now he is pretty weak, and we do need to make sure he can handle himself in the future. Alright, so we're doing okay. And as I say, I've done this map before, so this strategy, hopefully, should work. Imagine if it didn't, and I just got stuck on a round and I just couldn't get past it. That'd be funny. Alright, so we'll get a bit more range and a bit more damage on our crossbow. Okay, so now we're going to try and aim for semi-automatic now. So it's gonna be a little while till we can save up enough for it, but hopefully we can, and it'll happen very quickly and very efficiently. Okay, we also need to save, weirdly enough, we need to save Oben's ability, just because it's going to be difficult to actually beat the first Moab. Yep, it's actually going to be difficult, because first Moab is always the hardest, especially on difficult maps. On easy maps, you can absolutely obliterate the Moab, no problem whatsoever. But on harder maps like this one, where there's only like a tiny distance for the Moab to go, suddenly things change, and as they say in the ye olde times, in ancient Greece, 1200 BC, shit hit the fan. So we gotta figure something out. As the ancient proverbs go, I don't know, I might be a little rusty, but here we go. We're gonna be able to get semi-automatic soon, which will be the key to handling a good chunk of these balloons. There we go. Alright, so our sniper's gonna be doing us proud. Now we need to work on getting our Sharpshooter Upgrade, which will help us a lot with the Moab. I suppose we could get a plane instead, just to guarantee that the Moab dies, but that's not necessarily a good idea. Also, we need to clear this. So as you saw earlier when I misclicked down here somewhere, you can in fact remove the trees, and that is extraordinarily helpful for when you are trying to pop the Moab, which comes out of here first. So for the first Moab, clear these sets of trees out so you can start attacking with your sniper a lot sooner rather than later. It's just a little, it's a small tip, but it's extremely helpful. Okay, we're going to save our brambles here. And we're going to slow it down once we get to this wave 40. So good so far, good so far, good so far. Here comes wave 40. Is that going to hit? Oh yeah, okay, so we needed the brambles to soak up a lot of the damage, and now that we're past round 40, we can safely start removing more of this debris to allow our sniper to start spraying a lot more and dealing a lot more damage overall in general. So now I believe we need to save up for our Crossbowmaster, but it's going to be quite difficult because our defense is still pretty weak, believe it or not. Our sniper's our main defense here, and we don't have a lot of good camo detection, as you just saw there. So we are going to have to keep on our toes for this one and see what upgrades can help us out along the way. We don't necessarily need protection for wave 60 just yet, so we can chill on the Arcane Spike for now. But the Crossbowmaster for 63, ooh, okay. Okay, we're gonna have to worry about that in a little while, but for now, we've got the wall of trees, which is pretty damn good. Can suck up Moabs if we need it to. But at the moment, it seems our sniper here is doing his best work, and we don't need much else for now. But yeah, the sniper's essentially just weakening all the balloons for us, while everybody else actually takes them out. Unless they're camouflaged. In that case, then we're screwed. We need better camo detection fairly quickly if we can help it. Ooh, this could be a deadly round. Oh no. Okay, the wall of trees has really come in clutch there. Thank you, wall of trees. I don't know what we'd do without you. Alright. Now this was the tricky part in the last one, where we couldn't afford the Crossbowmaster as soon as I would have liked, and so we did need to place some extra things. Ooh, that's not great. It's definitely not ideal. Alright, let's go back into this. Alright, I'm thinking we need to buff someone. Do we get the Arcane Spike now? I feel like that'll be good for right now, but not good for 63. So I think that's probably a bad spend at the moment. Maybe we just outbuff the sniper. I think that's what I did before. It's a bit expensive, but it's not expensive as getting the Arcane Spike. And it does mean that this guy can pop through more layers, leaving only greens left rather than yellows. Or at least leaving less things for us to have to clean up, and thus making it easier to clean up. So there you go. Just need an alchemist for that last round. And now we'll see how round 50 goes. I'm not entirely sure how it will go, but hopefully it'll go well. Okay, those yellows were scary, and I really should have paused the game there, but we're okay. We're not doing terribly. Slow it down. Okay, that's much better. Oh, those are ceramics that are camouflaged. Oh, but the crit hits just one-shot them. That's beautiful. Are they going to be a problem? They don't... Yeah, that's a massive problem. Hell nah. Okay, we need more camo detection in some way, shape, or form. Oh, this sucks. Okay, let's go for just a regular Dartling gun. Just get him that, and then lock him down the middle path. Hopefully that'll be enough extra popping power that we don't need to buy anything too expensive. Okay. Ooh, I don't like the look of that. Okay, maybe not. What could we get? What could we get that would actually make this a lot easier? I wish this guy could see camos, but if I bought the see camos upgrade, it would have been a lot more difficult to actually pop the balloons efficiently. Maybe we could get a plane? A very cheap plane? No. You know what? We'll try it. I think that's what helped me out before. Maybe we... No, hold on. If we can... That's beautiful. That's exactly what we want. So now we don't have to care, because this will soak up all the extra cash that tries to flow through into our defense. So we've got it covered now. It's perfect. No money needed to spend. We just needed a good placement on the wall of trees. And hopefully that doesn't burst anytime soon. Like, we do want the extra cash from it. Oh, that filled up quite a lot, didn't it? Please take this Moab. Thank you. Whew. Okay, so we're alright, we're alright. Close calls, by far. Very close calls. But we're not doing terribly here. Okay. Big Moab. Nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about. Beautiful. Another one. Nothing to worry about. Yeah, nothing to worry about. Another one. Oh, I feel like we should have been worried. We should have been very worried there. Okay, 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 okay. That's a little too many, I think. Wow, this is actually just tanking for us, isn't it? I don't think it can do it for much longer, but it's doing a great job. Okay, that's a little too many, isn't it? Really? Man, this wall of trees is amazing. This is why I always pick open. I never knew, but now I know why I always pick open. Just look how much has gone into this bloody thing and it hasn't popped. What is this? This is amazing. We might be able to afford the combat. Oh, there it is. Ooh. That's 2. Okay, yeah. Okay, this round. This is the round. Alright, so, something similar happened in my last game, and essentially all I did was I had to sell something very precious to me to be able to afford a Crossbowmaster, but that's okay. So we will sell this boy to get the Crossbowmaster, and now we do not need to worry about anything. Get this boy back. Get him on his way to greatness. We don't care about Moabs anymore, regardless of what lane they come down, because we have a Crossbowmaster. And this is pretty much my entire strategy. If you need to sell things, 100% sell them. Honestly, I cannot stress enough how useful selling things is in this game. Like, the first time I started playing BTD6, or BTD5 even, I didn't think selling anything was a good idea. I thought if you sold something, you were losing already, and now you've lost even more money, so you may as well give up. But that is not the case at all. If you need to sell something to buy a 5th tier, your power is going to spike dramatically if you're only on, like, round 50. So just always keep that in mind. If you keep losing to a certain level that's not chimps mode, then definitely try selling something. Try selling something, see how it works. If it doesn't work out well, try it again. Buy something else. Sell everything if you have to, and get a single 5th tier, and maybe that'll save you. Who knows? You won't know until you try it, and I highly recommend it. Because, holy crap, we would not be able to get past wave 50, whatever it was, if we did not get ourselves a Crossbowmaster. And even better than that, the Crossbowmaster can pretty much solo round 63. So if you get stuck on round 63 at all, just see if you can sell everything and afford a Crossbowmaster, because holy crap, look at how crazy he goes. It's just insane. He's like a little kid with a Nerf gun. You just can't stop him. You just can't. You've shown them the power now. It's just impossible to stop them. The only way they will stop is if they lose all of the bullets and you purposely... Ooh, wow. I really should have been more on the ball for that one, but we managed to save it. Clutch it out, which was lucky. Alright. So Arcane Spike coming up soon. We need Arcane Spike to do more damage to the Moabs up to the top, and it'll take some pressure off the Crossbowmaster at the bottom. Sniper's going ham this round. Absolutely loves it. We'll also replace this, just because it's pretty full. Not obviously to the brim, but just enough. We'll get ourselves an Arcane Spike to relieve some pressure, if we can help it. Come on. Okay, good. Yes, target that guy at the bottom there first. Beautiful. The top's got more firepower, so it doesn't need as much targeting. There we go, Arcane Spike. So now you should be fairly well set up. If you've gotten to this point in the Odyssey, well done. You've just got to get through Geared now. I almost forgot about Geared because I'm recording this map last. But yes, we should be golden from this point onwards. But if you're not feeling like you can get through the rest of this map, like if you're not feeling completely comfortable, then always, always, always get yourself a plane. Get yourself a plane that can't miss, even though technically it misses all the bloody time when you turn it into a Spectre. So that upgrade kind of gets thrown out the window. But just get yourself a nice little plane, and it'll help you out so much. Honestly, I have underestimated the Monkey Ace for so long in this game. For so long, I have underestimated this beautiful tower. And now that I finally know its potential, I use it in almost every single Odyssey. It's insane. Not specifically the never miss targeting, but this tower in general. Like, I still don't really use the middle path all that much, except for the spy plane, so I guess it's pretty good. But the top path and the bottom path, amazing towers for quick damage to Moabs, or just quick damage to balloons. Yeah, that's perfect. I was just about to say we're going to try and get Oben to place it over here somewhere. Didn't even need to finish my sentence. Oben just read my mind and was like, don't worry, I got you. Easy clap. Alright. So now I guess we can go for something like fully auto rifle to deal a bit more damage with our sniper here, because he's been carrying us for some time. We need to show our appreciation. So there you go. Shred those balloons, and I think we'll set up a Dartling gunner now. Because why not? I was tempted to go for a Spectre, but I feel like we can't afford it in time, so we may as well just go for a Dartling Gunner up the top here. Also, I forgot to mention this in this video, but I did mention it on the one I thought I was recording earlier, if that makes sense. If you haven't played on the Dark Tower before, essentially, you can either place towers down here, where this Alchemist is, or up here on this ledge where these two are. And basically, the Alchemist doesn't care about this, but every other tower, the ledge blocks your sight, as you can see with the red outline on the glue gunner. So if you're going to place down a Dartling Gunner, make sure you place it on the ledge, otherwise it won't be able to hurt any single balloon in the map whatsoever. But if you put it up here, that's much better. Same with the Sniper. You want the Sniper up here, because if he's down here, he can't shoot anything. So just keep that in mind, and it'll save you a bit of cash and stop you from making a silly mistake. Alright, but it looks like we're going pretty well here. Get ourselves those Hydra rocket pods pretty soon, just to sort of finish off the damage part of this map. Should be quite well off here now. It's looking pretty nice. A little bit more money for the laser shock, please. There we go. Alright. So now, at this point in time, you should be able to just destroy this map. If not, then try and work with something else. I don't know what to tell you if you don't. If you copy this strategy and it's worked perfectly, then that's pretty much what I had intended. But if it doesn't, then holy crap, there's a lot more RNG involved than I thought. And just give it another go. Give some other things a test. Sadly, we can't use ninjas, but we can have alchemists, which are, you know, it's half the combo, so you may as well use it. And so now we're just setting up extra Dartling Gunners to make sure that we deal a punishing amount of damage. I'm just setting them up at the top here, just because I feel like if I set them up... Ooh, okay, that popped, but that's fine. Put that right in the middle so it'll collect from both these two, that'll be good. But yeah, as I was saying... What was I saying? Oh god, I've forgotten. Whoops. Anyway, we're pretty much chilling now. Once you get through 78, you can basically win. It really does not change much after you've beat round 78. Alright, let's get some more Hydra rocket pod because we can, and they're amazing. Oh, and also, I don't know if I mentioned this in the last map or in the next map, which is pretty funny, but I'm not going to edit this one very heavily at all, if I can help it, just because I feel like these are very tough maps, and you guys need to see as much of them as possible. So I'm going to try my best not to actually edit too much of this. Okay, so there you go. I will pass you on to past me, which is technically future me for you guys. So anyway, it's all complicated. See you guys at the at Geared. Okay, let's see what is in stored for us in Gears. Now, Gears is a tricky one. If you've never played Gears before, you will find out why very quickly why it's tricky. But essentially, you need good all around the entire map damage. So I'm thinking we should just get a Dartling Gunner as quickly as possible. So I think a Dart Monkey can hold off the first few waves for us. And then we'll put a Dartling Gunner like right in the middle, maybe. Yeah, that should be good. And then if we lock him in place, how does that work? I guess we'll have him aiming at the start, and then we'll just leave it like that. Okay, so if you don't know what happens with Geared and why it's so difficult, you're about to find out. So, in between the rounds, this happens, and moves all of your towers all over the place. So if we have a Dartling Gunner, or 4, perchance, it just makes things a little bit easier. Saves quite a few lives, and we don't have to worry so much about the future. Right, so if we put like Oben, where do we want Oben? I guess right here, just for now. Okay. So this is exactly why I've chose so many Dartling Gunners and a sniper as well. Just so that we have a good pick of towers for us to be able to handle these rounds in particular, and especially on geared. So we're going to get the focus firing because I feel like that's more important on this map than any other. And we're just going to leave you, if possible, right here. If possible. So if it slowly finds out that it's not working very well, putting our Dartling Gunner right there, then we can move it. But I think for just now, right around there is a good spot for us. Okay. So essentially, we're going to be relying on this Dartling Gunner quite heavily to deal most of the... Oh, god damn it. I forgot that we placed our Dartling Gunner first. Okay, that's not ideal. Let's... Essentially, I used the ability to unlock him, and I wasn't meaning to. Okay, there we go. No, I just did it again. God damn it. Okay. This time for sure. I've been meaning to press Oben's ability. Okay, I don't know where he put those brambles, but apparently he put them down somewhere. You know what? That'll do. Whatever. We do not mind. We just want to be able to beat this map and finish the Odyssey. Alright. So, once you've got yourself a lovely Dartling gun up, there's a few ways we can go about this. You can either always have him... Ooh, okay. We're aiming over here now. You can either always just aim exactly where the balloons are, so that you never skip a beat and you're always on target, and things like that. Or you can try and lock a couple of them into place, so that it's a little bit easier on yourself. You don't have to aim too much. I personally want to lock this guy back into place right now, but obviously that's a little bit difficult at the moment, just because we're going to get full-loaded with balloons, and I don't want to lose, well, any lives if possible, but we will lose some. Okay, but now that Oben's back at the front of the map, I feel safe waiting for him so I can lock this guy back on, because holy crap. Woof, okay. So we're good for now, we're good for now. Right, so that's the entire reason why this map's difficult, is just because of the stupid turning mechanic, essentially. Also, we want to put our plane down here. Doesn't make a lot of sense just yet, but essentially we're trying to spread out our damage so that we cover a good range. And if we can help it, we're going to try and get center path and never miss targeting. So that way, we do not have to worry so much. Okay. Use Oben's ability. Remember that it's number 2, not number 1. Okay, so as you can see, things are going to get pretty hectic here. The Dartling Gunner won't be able to handle it completely. But hopefully... Ooh, I should have actually been aiming there. But hopefully we can pick up the slack a little. So there we go, have him aim normally now, so that we can control which balloons get taken out here. Pop that one. Now admittedly you won't be able to pop them all, just because there's always going to be some balloons trying to get ahead, and that'll be difficult to try and minimize how many lives you lose, but you will have to do a bit of aiming yourself. Which isn't the worst thing in the world, but you gotta try your best not to lose too many. There we go, okay. But yeah, the only time this sucks is at the beginning. It'll get a lot easier once you've got... Okay, let's lock that guy back into place again. It'll be a lot easier once you've gotten a good setup going. So you really just need a decent setup. And maybe even just spread out your damage a little with like a wizard monkey, taking some of the damage away from you. So For this map specifically, I wouldn't go for Arcane Spike for a Wizard Monkey. I'd go just for the Wall of Fire. Just the Wall of Fire would be really good for this map specifically, rather than any of the other maps, I should say. Because, like, yeah, the other upgrades are pretty good, but they're a lot more expensive. And for this, we just need a quick and dirty run, so to speak. Come on. Okay, we're still losing lives. That's fine, though. We haven't lost enough to make us lose. And there we go. Oben's back on the track, so we should be alright. At least for a few rounds now. So we can sort of relax a little bit. Okay. This is just pretty tricky. Come on, please tell me he's... Oh, he's not going to be able to reach that track for a while. Okay. It's not the worst thing in the world. We still have our strength divided a little bit here. But we can start saving up for some stronger components. So there we go, we got that covered. Also snipers would be really good here as well if you can build that up in time. It's just difficult to get it built up in the first place. The early rounds are the worst on geared, but if you can get past them and get set up relatively nicely, then you shouldn't be too bad. Okay, make sure to pop all those purples for Oben, because he can't do it himself. Okay, there we go, now we've got Wall of Fire coming in. Get some camo detection on that as well. There we go. That's why I wanted the Wall of Fire opposite to Oben, because both of them are like pretty equal in terms of strength. Oben and a Wall of Fire, I mean. And you'll also notice that if you are using Oben like I am, you won't be able to use his ability while he's not like actively touching the track, which is obvious, but sometimes it needs to be said. So like, I'm clicking one right now, it's not going to work just because Oben's not... He hasn't got his range anywhere near the track. Okay, this is entirely on our Wizard at this point. Okay, Wizard's got it covered by the looks of things. Yes, he does. Okay. Alright. There we go. Now that we've got Oben touching the track again, much easier. Oben's got leads covered as well. Ooh, slow it down a little. Just because it's getting a little bit hectic. The early rounds always are. It's just all about surviving those early rounds. Once you get through the early ones, it should be a lot easier. Should be. Ooh, okay. Okay. That's not terrible, but it is not great either. Let's turn auto start off, so it gives us some time to think about what's going on. Because holy crap. Okay, so we could save up for Hydro Rocket Pods, but I think at this point in time, it'd probably be best for us to save up for Never Miss Targeting, because we're very close, and I think just overall that's an amazing idea. Just have Never Miss Targeting so that our plane isn't currently completely useless. At the moment, I'm just trying to slim the balloons down so that Oben isn't completely overwhelmed. But yeah, Never Miss Targeting is going to help us out quite a lot here if we can get it. And I think we'll be able to get it soon. Okay, definitely need to pop those purples for Oben. Okay, come on. There we go. Okay, so Never Miss Targeting is going to help us out quite a lot here. I think we'll go for the... I think we will go for the middle path so that it can pop camo balloons as well. Just to support the cause a little more for popping out camo balloons. It'll help out quite a lot. So there we go, now we got our Wizard back on the track, which is pretty good camo detection. There we go. Purples are still a problem, even for the Wizard. So we need to look out for that. As for this guy, I think we can lock him in place now, because we got a pretty decent setup going. Okay. So he's still going to be aiming... We want him to aim actually closer to the start. There we go. So something like that, I think, is going to be really good for us. And now we can get our sniper, because snipers cannot... Snipers don't do very well in the early game, if you buy them as like your first tower. That was terrible. That was terrible by me. Honestly, I wish Okay, we're alright, But yeah, snipers do not do well in the early game, so you really need to place him a bit later on than you normally would. Just because they do not do well on their own. Come on, Oben. Brambles, there we go. Okay, so you're starting to see what setup I'm going with here. The big question is, can we actually get through round 40? If we can get through round 40, I say that if we can get through round 40, it'll be easier from then on, but I honestly don't know for this map. This map, it's kind of a coin toss. So we'll see how it goes. Should go relatively well, in my mind, but who knows? Who bloody knows? This map's crazy. Essentially, same thing with Oben's ability, like, you want to spam it as often as you can, just because of how good it is to have, like, something linger on the track while Oben's, like, not touching it anymore. If he can still, like, affect the track, that's amazing. And both of his abilities can very well. Okay, so I think we're gonna get our semi-automatic here, which should do beautiful amounts of damage to the Moab here. And then we'll unlock you so we can aim properly. And start. Slow it down. Oben has placed his brambles. We can pop this, we can pop this, we can pop this. There we go. Okay. That was quite good. We managed to pop the Moab with minimal difficulty there. See, once you get a good sniper up, things start to mellow out a bit. It gets a lot nicer and you can handle a lot more. It's just easy street, right? And then we just need to start stacking up on the dartling gunners. So we'll put another one up here, lock him in place, aiming at the start as well. Go for similar upgrades, and we're just going to start spamming these guys now. Oh right, Oben's not touching the track. Okay. So we're alright for now. Everything's going relatively well. Oben's almost back on, and we'll place another dartling gunner up here, just so that we've always got someone aiming down on these guys. If we can have that, that'd be great. Alright, so now we've got a pretty good setup going. It is good to spread out your defense on this map, just because you'd always want someone attacking at all times, and that's essentially what we have with our plane, but you need better than just a plane, in my opinion. Don't get me wrong, the plane is great, but does not carry you throughout the entire map. So we're doing alright now. We've got ourselves the dartling gunners all aiming in the same area. Oben's got our back. He's going to be able to put up wall of trees soon, which is incredibly handy for us. And what else can we get, really? There's the wall of trees, followed by our brambles. Okay, we're looking not too bad now. Not too terrible. We'll put a final dartling gunner down. See, this is why I chose so many dartling gunners, is because I knew that we'd need something like this to get through this final level. So we've got 4 dartling gunners down, all of them are at 220, which is not the greatest, but it's pretty good for if you have a swarm of them. And I think we might do a similar thing with our planes. We'll just try and get more never miss targeting. Oh, that's a lot of balloons. Okay, that's alright. There we go, another never miss targeting. That'll help us out quite a bit. We just need as many things targeting at the same time. Maybe we could use our mortar here. We can't place them anywhere amazing, but yeah, why not? We'll use a mortar. Get some faster firing on him. There we go. So we took out that Moab with pretty much... It was pretty easy, to say the least. So now we're just stacking up extra damage at that starting point. There we go. Okay. So now we got the ball rolling a little bit. It should be quite easy for us to manage the rest of these levels. The only one I'm worried about is 60 at this point. But so far so good. Okay. Flood the wall of trees a little, that's okay. Move it to the front. And then what else could we do? Another monkey ace, perhaps. I suppose if we get another monkey ace and try and get an Operation Dartstorm, that would be really good. For Moab damage, specifically. And I feel like we don't have a lot of that just yet. So we'll try and save up for this. Get ourselves an Operation Dartstorm. Come on. There we go. Okay, so now we're just hoping that this can get through round 60. Because we honestly don't care after that. So long as it gets through 60, we do not care. Okay. I think I'm going to have to include all of this map as well. Honestly, these last few maps are quite tricky. So I think I'm just going to have to include them all. And by that I mean not edit as much out as I would have liked to. Because honestly, this is just crazy. We'll even get the big one. Just to deal 5 layers of damage, which is beautiful. 2 hits and a ceramic is gone. Oben is no longer touching the track, so we can't put anything down, which kind of sucks. Wait, oh, okay, I was gonna say, do we not have any camo lead popping power? But we do. We've got ourselves the wizard. Alright, now this is the last level. So we're gonna unlock all of these boys, just to be prepared for it. Alright, let's do this. 1 BFB. Okay. A done deal, and that is the Odyssey completed. Oh, that was a tricky one, not gonna lie. We didn't place any glue gunners, so you could throw in something extra of those if you really want. The mortars didn't help out all too much, so I think you could replace them as well. So there you go. Odyssey completed, Journey of the Misplaced. Get ourselves 200 monkey money, a 204 helicopter, and 50 trophies. Whew, that was a tricky one. Geared and Dark Castle are not the easiest maps to play on. Like, these 3, not too bad, but these last 2, they're pretty tricky, and it's honestly difficult to get through them. So there it is, part 2 of the Odyssey completed. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, guys.